So here's the current version of our model, the animation part. Let me just start it up and then I'll talk a little bit about it. You can see we have patient arrivals, and the basic process they follow is to go to check-in and then go to one of the inoculation stations unless they're a high-risk patient, in which case they go to HR Consult first, which you'll see, and then go to inoculation. And then they'll go to one of the two observation stations, either the regular observation or the HR high-risk observation. We also have a pharmacy operation here, and so you'll see the pharmacy is delivering vaccine baskets to the individual inoculation station. So you can see that's the runner right there, and just delivered 10 units. So you watch the model run just a little bit. Let me just sort of set the animation sequence and just talk about what else is going on. So we track information over time, which we'll see. You can see now we have some of these stations turning yellow, which means they're running low on doses, and so that's going to be the trigger for the replenishment process. If you look up here, you can see a high-risk patient right there. Those are colored red, and so they'll go to HR Consult, and then they'll also go to the high-risk observation area. And so you can see as the stations are replenished, they're going from yellow to back to the normal whitish gray color. If they get dangerously low, they will also turn red, and then they will block. So let me just speed up the animation here a little bit so we can see things change. You can see that we track two basic categories of information during runtime: the number of doses, so the number of doses available on the floor, and then the average of that value over time, and then the number of patients, and we're tracking the throughput, which is patients per hour, the number of patients in the observation area, as well as the instantaneous number of patients in the system, along with the average number of patients in the system. So you see, if I crank it up really fast here, let me put it on about speed 50, in which case this doesn't make much sense other than that you can see these the color changes here representing the vaccine status. But if I just go look at my results information, you can see now we can look and see how the number of doses that are available and the average number available, as well as the patient information evolved over time. We can crank this up even faster. I have to go to 100. I have this set to go for 1 day. And during that 1 day, again, you can see the relative performance of the system based on the input parameters I gave it, such as target number of vaccinations for a day, the no-show probability, the high-risk probability, and then a couple other pieces of information having to do with pharmacy operations. So let me just let this run to the end of the day, and then we can look at the statistics that we've collected. You can see interesting patterns here with the current number of people in the system. It's continually rising, and this is where we cut off the arrival process. You can see then we've gone down to 0, and that's the termination point of the simulation. So that's it for the overview of the current version of the model. Be sure and check back as I update this as we make significant changes to the model. Also, on the webpage, you'll also find the modeling details, access to the actual model files, a comment box if you'd like to contact us, potentially collaborate with us. And as I mentioned on the webpage explicitly, we'd really like to have some collaboration opportunities with some domain experts, as our expertise is in the modeling and analysis side, not on the vaccine clinic side.